Musk properties have their bank accounts unfrozen in Brazil.
Elon Musk is doing crazy stuff and on Twitter in general.
Apartheid Clyde, not a big fan of the governing coalition of Brazil right now. Flappy Bird is coming back. I don't know if people remember the Flappy Bird game. So I don't know if I played the original or a clone, but I do. It was very, very difficult. Musk properties have their bank accounts unfrozen in Brazil. So this is related to a story we covered a few weeks ago. Justice Alexandre de Morales decided to release freezes on bank accounts of X/Twitter and Starlink. The freezes were lifted because the companies apparently paid their fines, and Twitter is still unavailable in Brazil. What do you think about this?
I don't know. Elon Musk is doing crazy stuff and on Twitter in general. So, I don't really care that much what Brazil's doing, I guess.
So one of the reasons they're not unfreezing it is that, they don't have a legal representative for Twitter in Brazil anymore. I don't know if that's the case with Starlink, but I know Twitter no longer has like a legal representative in Brazil because as soon as this legal case started, I think the person quit, or I don't know if they were forced out or whatever, because you never know, right? When someone resigns, you don't know if they were asked to resign. So that's one of the reasons. And another reason is that they had asked to have content that the government of Brazil believes to be illegal removed, and Twitter refused. Generally, that's good, right? If you have social media companies refusing based on what they believe to be free speech to remove things, generally that's a good thing. But the problem is that this seems politically motivated because Apartheid Clyde, not a big fan of the governing coalition of Brazil right now because Lula da Silva, and he obeyed a lot of commands from the former guy, the Jair Bolsonaro, and he obeys takedown requests from oppressive regimes all over the world. So it seems like it's just whether or not he likes the government. It's going to be whether or not he obeys. We're looking at I think other countries, maybe not right away, but I think we're looking at other countries, particularly like France or Germany might also take some action against Twitter because France, just because what they did with they arrested the Telegram guy because of illegal material on there. We covered that last week. And then also Germany, because you can find Nazi stuff on Twitter in Germany. That's against the law in Germany for, I would think, are obvious reasons if anybody's ever cracked open a history book. So that was my first story. I'm going to move on to my next one here. This next one is also fairly quick. We have Flappy Bird is coming back. I don't know if people remember the Flappy Bird game. It was possibly the most annoying thing that happened 10 years ago, if you ask me. But a group that refers to themselves as passionate fans of the game has bought the rights to the game. They call themselves the Flappy Bird Foundation. They say the game will be brought back to iOS and Android sometime next year, 2025. The original creator of Flappy Bird took the game down around a decade ago because the game became addictive, or at least that was what the developer believed. And this new release will have more game modes, and it'll have multiplayer. And in the show notes is a video of the announcement of the release of Flappy Bird. Did you ever play Flappy Bird, Matt? I
never played it. I don't know if it was taken down before I really found out about it or what, but I remember back in the day when it was the rage for a while, especially when it was taken down. And from what I remember, the developer, he was just one guy, right? He developed this game. And it was almost like a learning project, right? He wasn't expecting it to do well or anything. It was just a simple game, and it just went absolutely crazy, right? Everybody was playing it, and it's known for being particularly hard to play. But he shut it. From what I got, he shut it down because it was just overwhelming. It was so popular, and he was just one guy, and he couldn't keep up with everything.
Yeah. And he may have also had problems with the fact that it was addictive, probably because it was so hard. Because there's some people out there, you give them a hard game and they're on that game. They're going to progress in that game.
I'm not one of those people. If a game's too hard, I usually give up on it because it's just not fun. If it's work to play, I'm not going to play it.
And I don't know if you recall, there were a bunch of clones of the game being made when it was taken down, and the App Store had to keep the App Stores they had a hard time keeping up with all the clones, which I thought was a little bit weird, right? Because they're supposed to be human review of the game of applications, but they started showing up.
They're not. they're not doing human review, so that's why they
Oh.
couldn't keep up, right?
Oh,
they're
yeah.
they only do a human review if there's a problem, right?
Right.
so
So I don't know if I played the original or a clone, but I do. It was very, very difficult.
yeah,
It was like an extremely difficult game, and I was like, "Well, I'm not playing this." I thought it was kind of stupid too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's good that the game's coming back or whatever in its original form, and like that they actually purchased the rights to the game from the original developer, and hopefully, if it takes off again and they make money, the developer gets cut in on it or whatever, because whoever it is deserves to make money. And I don't know. I guess that's my stories. I'm probably not going to play Flappy Bird. Thanks for checking out How the Tech Are You. This is a weekly-ish show. Yeah, make sure you've liked and subscribed on YouTube. And if you found this on the podcatcher of your choice, make sure that you follow on the podcatcher. You can find out more about Echoplex Media at echoplexmedia.com. And if you get some value out of anything we do, click that support link at the top of the website and find your favorite way to support. There should be links to other YouTube stuff approximately where my fingers. Thanks for listening and have a great tech and week.